Hey there. It's been quite a while, and we are fasting right now and everything. So, what we are making today is one of those famous porridge that we have in Singapore and also in other parts of India and all that. I find it porridge is much healthier than, you talk about pakoras and fried nastiness that most of us have after fasting the whole day, right? So let's show you why we like porridge so much. So what I have in there is a tablespoon of ghee and about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, right? And just let it get it warm, and then after that, as it gets warm, you can see smoke coming out a bit, right? We're going to go in with some bay leaves, right? There you go. Oh, the crackling sound. And then we're going to go in with some cinnamon. With the cinnamon, we will go in with some cardamom pods, right? About 5 cardamom pods, 2 bay leaves, and 1 stick of cinnamon cut into 4. Or if yours are small, then you can always take 2. After that, we're going with 4 cloves and 1 star anise. As the spices are getting fried up nicely, we have over here is a plate of different assortment, right? We have tomatoes, we have garlic, we have chili, and we have onions. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go in with the garlic on one side. Love that sound. And then we are going to add a teaspoon of ginger in the mix. Maybe a little more, right? This will add the freshness of it. There you go. Perfect. Give it another hold. The water is fatting, mixing with the oil. And not to be worried, I'm a seasoned cook, not a chef. As the ginger and the garlic gets fried up, right? You don't smell the harshness of it anymore. You can go in with the onions in it, right? The onions, just add them in, and then just fry it up for a while. Get it nice and toasty. And if you feel like there is less oil in the pan, please do not go and add more oil, right? Because later on when you add water to it, and remember it's going to be a porridge, you don't want it to be all oily and you get puddles of oil all over the place, right? Once you can smell the onions all yummy and soft, right, just make a dip over here and then add a bit of fenugreek to the oil, right? Just a little bit, so that the fenugreek gives it an earthy taste, so you get that incorporated with the sweet scent of the onions, the cinnamons, and the rest. And as I'm mixing, before you forget it, add your chilies to the mix, right? Bring down all the sides, let the chili cook out a bit. You don't really want it to be spicy. What you want is the scent of the green chili, that's all. Not very spicy, but nice and fragrant. And when you smell the chili, what you have is our 2 best friends. This is parsley and this is coriander. So you go in with the coriander and the parsley. You see most of it are roots. I've saved the leaves, most of the leaves aside, and I've just added most of the roots. Next, I'm going to throw in the tomatoes. And with the tomatoes, I have some pre-mixed vegetables. So as it's cooking down, right, next what we're going to do is we're going to add the meat in there. All right. So this is about 250 grams of ground lamb. You can use beef, you can use chicken, whichever you want, but then we like lamb. You can see that the meat has released all its water and all its fat. So the next thing we have to do is add a bit of lentils, right? So over here I have some red lentils, which is masoor dal. And then I have some mug dal. I don't know what the heck is it in English, but then that's what they call it, mug dal in the packet. And we have also some split peas, right? And I have no idea where they're hiding, but then oh yeah, found one right there. Some small little split peas, right? And we're just gonna add a handful of it inside. We don't want too much of it. We just want them to come in and say hello to the taste, not overwhelm the whole thing. All right, and then we're going to give it a nice mix so that all of them get to know each other. So over here what I have is the jeera rice and the Thai fragrant rice. So that's basically two types of rice. The jeera rice gives it this nice scent, and the Thai fragrant rice is super starchy, so it makes it taste that goopy amazingness. We're just gonna add both of them inside, right? Wow, the moment they hit the heat, they smell amazing. And then we're just gonna turn them around. Wow, just look at that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add some salt. Believe me or not, we're adding salt right now because it's going to be a porridge. So let's not add much salt, right? Because you're fasting all day, and then the first thing you taste, you don't want it to be very salty. So just 2 tablespoons of salt. Here's the particle water, not the particle sun. And we're just going to add it all inside, just like this. Bring the heat up slowly so that all the lentils and everything can boil inside, so that they don't stay tough, and you get this beautiful color going on. So it's going to cook for about half an hour on low heat, so that everything inside gets all nice and mushy. All right there, so now it's on a gentle boil. What we're going to do is we're going to add some garbanzo beans to it. It's like about 1 can worth of garbanzo beans. I've washed it nicely. So what garbanzo beans does is that, oh yeah, look at the rice. Just forget about the garbanzo beans. Just look at the rice, what's happening to them, right? So, back to the garbanzo beans. What they do is that they add a wonderful texture, a mushy texture with a bit of bite to it. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to add a bit of coconut milk to it, right? So there you go. I've added half now, and I'm going to add half later because I want the coconut milk smell to be fresh, right? So there you go. Mixing it in. Wonderful, wonderful. And look at the color change. Now before that looked like, our Indian subcontinent porridge, which is a bit curryish. But then now once you add the coconut milk, it looks more like the white people's porridge, which is bland and white. But that was a joke. Don't take it harshly. Don't get me cancelled. All right. It seems to be coming to an end, but before it ends, what we're going to do is add a little bit of fresh herbs, and then we're going to mix them inside. And finally, in the risk of overcrowding the taste of coconut, I'm just going to add in the last bit of coconut milk, and then we're going to put the rubbish aside while we give it a nice mix. Oh yeah, this is porridge at its best. Yeah, let's just get marveled at it. What you can do now is that you can fry up onions, you can get them nice and crispy and golden, and you can put it on top. But then what I prefer is that to put it afterwards, right? Anyone who wants it can take it from the plate, and anything else like that. So you can see the meat, you can see the vegetables, you can see the rice in there, and that's pretty much it. The easiest recipe. You have 30 minutes of cooking and 5 minutes of putting things inside, and you're done.